Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. We had a beautiful day of trading, y'all, and I hope you guys were profitable today. Very interesting day. Trading the sheep style, trading with the traps. As mentioned to you guys, I had a resistance level at 475 and a support level at 473. You guys can see here, the market just chopped most of the day, rejecting from 475. There was selling pressure there. Resistant level, as you guys can see from these candles, we pushed down. You see it bounced off that 473 initially, and then we got this breakdown. This breakdown. We're gonna drop, but guess what? False breakdown setup. It was a false breakdown, the greatest trade setup of all time. And why is it the greatest trade setup of all time? Well, let me explain. You see, these false breakdown setups, they're based on traps. This market is manipulated. Like, think about it. This is a very manipulated market. Ain't no way these big money players want us small money retail traders to make money. They use us as stepping stones. They use us as exit liquidity. So the market, after years and years of trading this market, I realized that the market has a tendency of trapping us. Oh yes, a nature, whatever. They want to trap us. So what's the one thing I always preach on this channel? Trade with the traps. Trade with the traps. Don't argue with the price action and trade with the traps. And we had a false breakdown setup. Okay, if you guys decide tomorrow or today preferably that I am only going to trade with the traps using Uncle Charles' levels, I'm telling you, y'all gonna see a big difference in your P&L, and you might even like it. Matter of fact, you might love it. You might love it so much you might join my Discord and be part of the family. Anyways, false breakdown setup, which was alerted in the Discord. And from there, what happened? We hit 475, cleared 475, right? You play this false breakdown setup and you just take most profit at 475 and leave a runner. You take most profit and your runner will catch the rest of the move. Stress-free trading, really. But, if you wanted a bigger move, you guys can see here, 475 clear. That's the trigger to enter long, especially riding momentum off of a false breakdown setup. So if you was to enter the false breakdown setup, you see this next resistant clear here, I would have kept holding. But if you needed more confirmation, look what happened on this 245 candle. We cleared 475 and 245 candle. We back tested 475 as a support. You guys can see here on these candles how 475 was respected as resistant, and then at 245 candle how it changed. Resistant turn into support. Let me ask you guys something. When resistant turns into support, is that bullish or is that bearish? I'll give y'all a second. If you said bullish, you are correct. Resistant turn into support. That's what I mean when we watch price action. That's the type of stuff you want to watch out for, the behavior. And then from there we bounce, smash my next target at 476.5. Initially we stalled there a little bit, but then we managed to get as high as 477-ish. And a lot of my Discord members were mentioning that 477 level. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Tempo, Cosmos. I think there was a couple more people. Forgive me if I forgot who it was. But yeah, a lot of you guys were mentioning that 477 level. And look at that. Smashed my 476.5 level, which I was satisfied with. But it even went to my members level at 477 before rejecting a little bit. All right. We only trust rejection from resistance when it breaks down support. So from there, I can't trust this rejection unless we break back down 475 or at least gap below it. And this 475, the market recognizes it. You guys can see here, I know it's a 15-minute chart, but you guys can see it. Keep in mind, guys, my levels are all based on the daily chart. All right, my levels are all based on a daily chart. So even though I'm reviewing them on the 15-minute chart, these levels are still based on the daily chart, which is the bigger picture. Okay, so yeah, you guys can see how it was tested, respected as resistant and respected as support. So this 475 level matters to the market makers for some weird reason. So yeah, you want to get bearish, bear case scenario, we got to break down 475. Now where was Now where was the last trap? When you look at this chart, where was the last trap? The most recent trap right here. Recaptured 473, right? So we trade with the traps. So if this is the trap and the last to get trapped were bears and it was a false breakdown, we trade with the trap, that means to stay bullish, right? So we can't turn bearish, or I wouldn't turn really bearish. I mean, a breakdown of 475, I would short that. But to be pretty more bearish, obviously, this would have to be invalidated because this was the trap off of 473. All right. So a breakdown of 473, that would be bearish. I'm talking level to level style here. Okay. Level to level perspective. And that will put 471.3 in play. Now, if we're talking swing trading perspective, like a bigger move, the bear case scenario, like I've been saying all week, requires the breakdown of 471.3 and my pink trend line. Okay, you guys can see here how we had this false breakdown setup of this pink trend line. This was back in early January. And here in mid-January, this was yesterday, we back tested as a support, confirming this recapture of this trend line. And today, bulls showed follow through. They showed follow through. And of course, they'll need to show more follow through by clearing 477 tomorrow. That was today's high. Clear 477 tomorrow, and that will put the next fib level at 478.6 in play, which also happened to be last Friday's high. Okay, 478.6 clear. That's bullish. All-time highs or new all-time highs would be in play. Okay, you guys got the bull case scenario. You guys got the bear case scenario from your Uncle Chartist. Tomorrow is Friday. Let's end this week strong. I believe in you. Now, Triple Q, you know, I write Triple Q. I only write one post a day for Triple Q. Let me know if you guys want me to do more than one, but I try to keep it as simple as possible. I put puts only when support fail, as you guys know, starting with 409, and if it fails, 47.5 and 46 would be in play. Okay, no prediction, just looking to react. And then the bull case was if 411.2 clears, 413 and new all-time highs would be in play, right? So we bounced off of 409 as a support. And that, nearly perfectly, by the way, we cleared 411.2 and it went to a high of 413.5. Now we got to new all-time highs. We even closed at 412.99. And this fib level, which was based on December 28th high, was at 412.92. So technically, that is a very tiny breakout. Okay? New all-time highs. Can you believe it? All right? So as far as Triple Q goes, I can't get bearish unless, well, dropping back below 412.92 would be a start. But I can't really get bearish unless we break back below 411.2. You guys see all these wicks? All these wicks from 411.2. The market respects that level. Okay, or all these wicks. So I can't get bearish unless we break back below 411.2 to put 409, 47.5 and 406 back in play. Okay, there is a gap at 407.2, so I will watch that level as well. All right, guys, that's Triple Q. Above 413, we are bullish. Today's high was 413.5. If that clears, we're heading to new all-time high. I don't have any fib levels or fib extension level until the 416 to 417 zone. All right, bearish below 411.2. Bullish as long as above. IWM giving us a bounce. Didn't quite clear that 78.6 fib level, all right? It needs to get above 191, and to get back above this blue trend line, it would need to recapture 192.5. I would be bullish above 192.5 with 194 and 195.5 and 197 in play, okay? Tesla. Interesting trade setups on Tesla. I had this 212 level here, okay? This 212 level was pretty significant because on Tuesday and Wednesday, we had buying pressure there, as you guys can see with these wicks, right? From 212, we had buying pressure. I was watching for a double bottom play. I mean, on the second test, we did lead to a bounce, and it was a gap up. That's like, what, $7 bounce / gap up to 219-ish. And that 219 level was significant, okay? I told you guys that that 219 level was a fib level. All right, I just want to stick to the smaller time frame. Guys, remember, all my levels are based on the daily chart. That 219 level was a significant fib level. You guys, you see that, you know, it's tested in pre-market and reject from there. But what happened during the market when there was volume? Well, I had this 217 level, rejected 217, and broke down 215, coming a few cents shy of my 213.5 level. Decent, level to level move. But then it got a bit tricky after that when it recaptured 213.5. Only go, it recaptured 215, only going as high as 216.49. $1.49 move there. But I had a target at 217, so came up short of that. And then from there, after recapturing and giving us that $1.49 move, we had a false breakout. That's the beauty. Trade with the traps. From there, after we got the false breakout of 215, we just dropped, guys. Hit 213.5. You could play level to level there and then leave a runner. Broke down 213.5 on the 1030 candle. Smashed 212. I had a 210.5 level. Got initial bounce there. Retested 212. Right? Support. Look at that 212. Support turning into resistant. Support turning into resistant. Roll change. Support at 212. Broke down. Turned into resistant. That's bearish. Pushed down. Going as low as what? 208.74. And then what happened at 2? I had a level at 209. Discord members, back me up. You know I ain't lying. I had a level at 209. That's what this pink line was based on. I had a 209 level. What happened? We broke it down at 1 o'clock. 115 recapture. False breakdown setup that led to a $3 move. Did have to call a bottom. Now, if we recapture 212 tomorrow, that would be short-term bullish. Maybe I'll favor that would favor a bounce for sure. Why? Because we had this as a buy zone, broke down the buy zone. So a recapture of that 212 level would be a nice false breakdown setup because it would look like a liquidity grab or a stop loss hunting. Because think about it, we had double bottom, buying pressure from 212. So people must have looked at that 212 level like, hey, look, there's buying pressure there. Let's try to go long. Nope. And if they did go long there, the people that longed at 212 on Tuesday and Wednesday, where would they set their stop loss? Obviously below 212. So today could have been a stop loss hunting type of day. But it only confirmed if 212 recaptured tomorrow. Does that make sense, guys? And if it does, bullish, look to long 213.5, 215, 217, and 219-ish. And play above 219. I would favor a deeper or a bigger bounce, relief bounce. Okay? As far as being bearish, got to stay below 212 on any bounce. Break down 210.5 and 209, and we could possibly head down a lot lower. All right, that's the bearish case scenario. Now here's NVDA. We had some beautiful plays. I know I was made it sound like I was tripping on an NVDA yesterday, but I just want us to be successful so bad and make so much money. And I mean, look at this. Look at this move. Uncle Charters wrote in the beginning. This was today's. We still need a breakdown of 570 and 568.8 to be bearish. And trigger puts. What does it mean, trigger puts? To enter puts. Pull the trigger on puts. As of now, if 573.6 clears, look to long with 575 or higher in play. Okay? Now, in the morning when I wrote that around 11 o'clock, we did clear 573.2. And it did manage to go up to 576. So, a dollar over my 575 target. But man, oh man, what does Uncle always say? Trade with the traps. And look at that. Look at that. That was so beautiful. I hope you guys caught it because it was such a big move. It was such a big move. Look at that false breakout setup. How do you enter this, Uncle? It's crazy. You enter as it breaks down. This is NVDA. I mean, if you're a beginner trader, like you've been trading less than 6 months, less than a year, and you haven't found your edge yet, I don't recommend trading this stock just yet, okay? Start with something smaller, okay? NVDA is not for the inexperienced. This is not for the faint of hearts, okay? NVDA is for for more experience because this stock is crazy. Okay, guys? I know I was encouraging you guys to trade this stock because, I mean, look at the beautiful moves. I mentioned you want to play false breakout and short 568.3. It just broke down. That was like a what, 12, 18? I don't know. I can't even do math because my $12 move to the downside, guys. Holy moly. But I tell you, it is a tough stock to trade for, for the inexperience or the less experience. Okay, I'm not dissing you guys. All I'm saying is take it step by step. Okay, but this is an amazing stock to trade. If you got a big risk tolerance, unlike Uncle Charters, definitely consider trading NVDA because look at that. you know. And then I did mention the group from here. If 568.3 fails, selling continues. Okay, so that, already knew. But I did, mention to the group when it did happen. I wrote, sad that Christmas is over. It's okay because NVDA is the gift that keeps on giving. It really does. 568.3 failed, and it's just dropping. I don't want you guys to depend on me when this stock starts making a move, because it moves so fast that by the time you get my alert or my update, you might have missed the move. So just keep that in mind. But holy moly, we broke down 568.3. Break down 573.6 was a beautiful move. We hit 568.3, stalled there, little dead cat bounce, and look what happened. Broke down 568.3 as mentioned when we failed it. Boom! Beautiful move. And then we had to call a bottom. No. Look what happened. Broke down 568.3. My next target was 563.8. Holy moly, these numbers are a mouthful, guys. And then we recaptured 563.8. Look at that, guys. False breakdown setup that led to a beautiful move all the way back to the upside, smashing that 573.2 level. Okay? And for all people that don't like fib levels, I mean, how can you not like fib levels? Look at how well it respects these fib levels. Playing the false breakout and the false breakdown of these fib levels was beautiful. You didn't have to call a top. Just play the false breakout. You didn't have to call a bottom. Just play the false breakout. Anyways, what's the plan for tomorrow, Uncle? You blabbing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. 573.2 needs to clear tomorrow. You guys can see it, respect it. Selling pressure from here. Loss at this level trigger. Beautiful move. It bounced, retested as a resistant. So for me to trust the rejection from this resistant and be bearish, it's going to have to break down support 570 and 568.3. Those levels break down, look to short. If it breaks above 573.2, look to long. We're likely heading up higher back to 575, 576.3, and possibly all the way up to 578.6. These are Fibonacci extension levels. All right, guys. Apple, we're getting very close to testing that 50 daily moving average. All right, 50 daily moving average is at 189.5. It might creep up a little tomorrow, okay? If it does, overall above 190 and 191.2, I would be bullish. Favor the gap fill at 192.6s and possibly higher to 194, 196, and 198. When would you get bearish, Uncle? When support fails. Support at 187 and 185.7. Those levels failed. That's when I would look to short. And maybe, just maybe, we can go back and retest that 200 daily moving average. As of right now, it's looking like a double bottom from that 200 daily moving average. And bullish follow through would be to recapture the 50. If it does, that's bullish. All right, guys, speaking of bullish, here is Microsoft trying to make new all-time high. We do got a new all-time high close, though. All right, I mentioned as long as above 388.6, stay bullish. It's aging well. Next critical resistance level is at 395.44. If that clears, bullish, bullish. New all-time highs. I don't have another Fibonacci extension level till 402.2 above that 395.4 level. If we're going to get bearish, like I said, support must fail. 390 and 388.6 are those supports. If they fail, short-term bearish, and we can likely drop back lower to retest some support level. Maybe down to 385, maybe down to 380-ish, okay? AMD had a beautiful gap up, and it managed to hit my 200% Fibonacci extension level at 168.3-ish, 0.5-ish, around there, and then it rejected hard, man. Rejected hard, breaking down some intraday Fibonacci extension levels that I had at 164.6. It managed to go as low as 158.2 today, okay? Now, it is at close at higher than yesterday, but luckily for us, including for myself, we got levels. 161.75 is the Fibonacci extension level at 1.618, okay? 161.75 is that level. Add that to your chart. If that level fails tomorrow, then I would look to short with 159.7 in play and 157.6 in play below that, okay? To long, I need to see a break above 163 and 164.66. Those levels clear, we are heading up higher, up to 166 and 168-ish, maybe even higher than that, okay? Google Showing some bounce here, showing some bounce. Tomorrow, follow through. 146 clears, 147.3 in play. That's the Fibonacci extension level. And if 147.3 clears, that is even more bullish with 150 or higher in play. I'll only turn bearish because what's today? We closed at 144.99. So we cleared 144 and that Fibonacci level at 142.38. 144 and 142.38 are the levels that must fail to trigger shorts. To be bearish, put in 141 or lower in play. Otherwise, stay bullish. Break out of the next resistance level at 146 could trigger more upside. Netflix. I've been saying I'm bearish, but look like it's trying to change here, trying to give us a bounce. And it did give us another inside candle. All right, the level to watch for tomorrow is 486.2. If that level's clear, bullish with 488, 490, 491.5, and possibly up to 494 in play. Okay, we could go even higher than that. But like I said, those levels must clear first. 488, 490 must start the bounce. Okay, if we drop back below, 483, we possibly drop down back to 478 and 475-ish, possibly. Okay, and below 475, I would favor some type of low. But overall, it's still looking like it's trying to do some higher highs and higher low stuff. Okay, so just watch and react. Meta, still looking bullish. Yeah, getting pretty close to that 370. Excuse me, getting close to that 378 level. That is a 2% fib extension level, and if that clears, we could possibly go up to test 380 and 384. Okay, I'll only turn bearish if 371 point. What's today's low was 371. Okay, if 371 fail, we can fill the gap at 368. And I do have a support at 367. So it's a cluster of support down there. But overall, below 367 is when I would be bearish on Meta and favor a deeper pullback. Otherwise, bullish. Watch that 378 level. If it clears, more upside incoming. Amazon, bullish. It cleared 152.6, recaptured it, and trying to... I wouldn't even count this megaphone pattern anymore. Let me just take it out. Yeah, it cleared 152.6. Today's high was 153.7, but I'll round it to 154. If it clears 154 tomorrow, we are heading up higher up to 155.6, possibly up to 157. Bearish only below 152.6, putting 150.7 and 149 back in play. Obviously, if those support levels fail, today's high could be a lower high, and we could go deeper down to the downside. 147.7 and 145.5 is our possibilities. Okay, and here is SMH. One of my Discord asked me to cover this, so I'll throw it in here. Looks like a gap up. It tested my Fibonacci extension level, which was at 1.236. Excuse me, which was at 177.33. All right, let me be clear. My Fibonacci extension level was at 177.33, and it tested that level today, well, close, and there was buying pressure. Okay, so overall, it did confirm the breakout. As long as above 177.33, I am bullish on semiconductor. SMH. Today's high was around 180.55. If that can clear, we are likely heading up higher. I have the next fib extension level at 188.4. Puts only if 177.3 fails, to put lower targets in play like 175 for the gap fill. Possibly down to 171.5 for a pivot low. 170. And maybe all the way down to 164. But that's only possible if 177.3 fails tomorrow. Overall, bullish above. Okay, guys? Let's end this with the option flow. Now, I told you guys I had this 476.5 level as a resistance level. And Darkpool agreed with me. 31% was at 476.5, 51. And 18% was at 476.52. So close enough. And then the rest was at 51% at 472.35. That was like 4.5 billion in premium. The 476.5-ish levels was 2.5 bill, 1.5 bill. So that's a total of 4 billion in premium. Okay, so those are the dark pool levels. Add them to your charts. You probably already had 476.5 if you were following Uncle's levels. All right, let's take a look at the flows. 100K premiums or above, and look at that. It's bullish for SPY. Bullish for Triple Q. Bearish. Bearish for IWM. Tesla is bullish. NVDA is bullish. Apple's bullish. Microsoft is bearish. Wait, Apple's bullish, right? Okay, yep. And Microsoft is bearish. AMD is bullish. GOOG is bullish. With the L is bullish. Netflix is bullish. Meta is bullish. Amazon is bullish. And semiconductor is bullish. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all being here. Hope you found value in my video. If you want more content from Uncle Charlie, definitely consider joining my Discord. I'd love to serve you guys even more. Other than that, have a great evening. Peace.